live.
Hello.
As a heads up.
Thank you for the heads up. How do I see it?
Should just be able to, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Just hit back. And then if you just go to my, yeah.
I see nothing. I see nothing. Well, you can't see yours at all. Mine's very blurry. For the camera being so much closer. Like I am very grainy.
Stop that. There you go. That's better.
Not really.
Give me a second. You're behind. Because I think if I leave it on autofocus, it's going to come in and out too much. I'm just going to do it before. See it.
I don't feel like it looks very good.
That looks fine. It's just... I just need to get a hacksaw, is what it is.
What?
I just need to get a hacksaw, is what it is. It's not the greatest.
Yeah, but you would have thought, I mean, it's so much closer. Than it was before. I don't remember what my process was with this. Oh, goodness. So, hello to anyone watching. We are attempting. I don't know how well this is going to go tonight, but somehow you keep catching me on my grumpiest of days. Which is unfortunate. Because I swear I'm not grumpy all the time. Brandon may disagree, but... This was totally the wrong project to pull out. By the way.
Yeah.
I think we both had terrible luck with picking projects today. I mean, I only have 80 whips, but I couldn't find anything to stitch on.
Well, my issue is the only thing I want to stitch on is way too big for this, so...
Oh, yeah. It's been a week, guys. Hope yours has been better than ours. Actually, I have no idea how bad Brandon's has been. Mine's been rough.
Yeah. It's been... It's halfway done. That's what's important.
I really gotta figure out something to do with my nails. They look terrible.
To start painting them or going to get a manicure. Hello.
Well, that's good.
Come to the right place.
I will try to hone it in tonight. Just tired too, I think. Not been sleeping well.
Yes.
Bit of a cold.
I didn't turn the fan on last night and I should have.
Yeah, but then it kills my throat, so I appreciate that it wasn't on.
No, I know.
I don't really have a process with this one tonight, and so I think this was probably the wrong one to pick. And I don't feel like I am... Oh, goodness. I moved the camera.
Okay.
No, that's not good.
There you go.
We have a new camera set up tonight, too, so I'm trying to figure out... We know that I don't handle change very well, so...
I don't know if you can see on mine, but if that helps you or not, but...
Might be a little better.
Oh, what the hell just happened here?
I'm gonna finish this strand on the border, and then I'm going off border because I'm not in the mood. I should have thought of that. Hey, how are you doing?
Hello.
It's been a long week, and it is only Wednesday. But I've got my wine. Only enough for one glass. Brandon thought it was for two, but he was wrong.
I mean, I wasn't, but...
He was definitely, most definitely wrong.
It's a logical fallacy.
It's been a while since we've done this. I don't really know what's been happening in our lives.
No.
I have not, like, a lot of times with a border I'll find a rhythm. I don't know what my rhythm is with this one. Oh, thank you. I don't feel like I have it down on this one. I used to think I stitched really fast, and then, I don't know, all the time challenges started happening, and I don't know.
Well,
I don't feel very fast anymore.
The first 24 hours happened, and you're like,
Well,
I'm going to
yeah,
get
that
24
one too.
finishes on these quote-unquote smalls.
Yeah, well. Do you stitch in hand, or do you use a Q-snap? I forget. I go faster going down my row. I wasn't doing the system the last time. I don't know what I was jumping all around the last time.
I never put out that we went live.
Do you? I like stitching in hand. It's the only way I know how to stitch. I mean, that's not true. I can stitch with a hoop. It's not as comfortable for me. Kind of like this positioning right now. This is like killing my back.
I'm sorry.
I told him he has to figure out how to rig these so that I can sit on the couch and stitch, because that's where I'm more comfortable. So sitting at the desk in the office is completely not my typical stitching habitat. I would like to be sitting regular. That's his next goal. He would have a much less grumpy Jen, but if he figured that out. What are you doing?
That's not, I forgot, I never shared that we went live,
Oh.
so I'm working on getting the word out there.
I am right. This is patience, right? I mean, I feel like that's your Instagram handle, but I want to assume. I thought so. See, I understand it with 2 threads because I don't railroad, and I feel like that's the wrong thing to say. Because it is so much neater when you railroad, but because it's not how I stitch, I have a hard time like remembering to do it. And so I feel like I might be neater if I used a Q-snap with 2 strands. Which is why most of the things I start now are on 36 or 40 counts, so that I don't have to feel guilty about twisted threads. That being said, finishing something like Hawk Run Hollow that I'm doing right now, using Q-snap terrifies me. The lap stands should help. I don't know. I haven't figured out how to hold the things without it being cumbersome. Oh, goodness. This pattern is awesome, but it is very, very tiny to see. I have a couple like 1/1 projects going right now too, which is going to force me to use a snap, or a frame of some sort. So I don't know. Big ass projects. Brandon started Templar Prophecy though, so he's got a big ass project going on now too.
I do. I'm like 12 stitches in on it, but
It looks so good. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know, right? It's massive.
Yeah. It's definitely my biggest project to date, so. If it ever gets finished.
Put it in the pile like mine.
It's what I would be stitching on now, but it's way too much fabric for this space.
Yeah, and that's why I don't have Hawk Run out. Because I was like, no. I mean, this one is like ridiculously long. But I feel like, you know, it can just live on the table, and that's okay.
I'll say it folds under itself nicely since it's not that wide.
It does. And I think the width would be harder for me to handle sitting here, though.
Yeah, that's why. I'm just like, yeah, no, it's not happening, so.
Part of me was toying with figuring out a project to do, like, on Wednesdays when we do this.
Just have it be a Wednesday.
Yeah. But, like, and I was going to do that tonight, but, like, I really wasn't in the mood to stitch Halloween, which was what I was figuring the Wednesday project would be. Which is rare because Halloween is, like, everything. rebelling against borders.
Are they even still open?
Ha ha ha. One day I would like to join a SAL when it's actually happening and like complete it as it goes. Instead I just buy the SALs or download the SALs and then do them all at once. Well, or not at all. I start them and then never finish. Okay, so when you say you want a close up, how much closer do you need? And hi, thanks for tuning in.
And what would you like a close-up of?
Because we moved our cameras down to try to get a better angle for you.
You're like not on.
I'm not on camera anymore. I'm trying. Okay, I'm not sure how I can get much closer than we are. Brandon, I don't know. The camera is about 3 inches from my fabric, so. And then my hand kind of is in the way.
I try to do this with autofocus on. And hopefully it won't no, it's going to spaz out. Please hold. Oh, come back screen. Where'd you go? Alright, autofocus go away. That's not bad. This is going to be very slow, but... So this is a very slowed down version, just because I'm trying to make sure I stay on camera.
It's just really hard with your light fabric. Or light thread.
Yeah. I'm going to go grab something else. What are you looking to see or understand?
Well, I know she wanted to see, how we stitch in hand. To see if it helps with, our speed and, that kind of stuff. Because I know I angle it more towards me. So I go in the top hole and through the bottom holes, whatever you're gonna,
I messed up.
And then just kind of pull all the way through. So I go in straight and like this. Someone said that was awkward, but I don't know another way to do it. And then I just bend the needle and I find the hole that it would need to come back up through. So I always do my left to right, the bottom cross first, and then I come back and do the bottom right to top left second. Brandon went to get a different project. That's why his got all blurry. He just forgot to use his words to explain that to you. Oh, I messed up. That's sad.
You were talking. I didn't want to interrupt.
Mm-hmm. I messed up, so now I'm tearing out.
Sad.
It's very sad.
Oh, you're saying, it's sad you messed up. I thought you were responding to chat.
Oh, no, I was talking to myself. As I do.
That's why I was confused. I was like, I feel like nothing doesn't respond to...
What did you get?
Just fabric and polyester thread.
Just plain?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You go right.
Right. I feel like that's backwards on what we do.
I think, yeah, it's the opposite. How everybody does is different. So do you do individual X's or do you do a row at a time? Because I rebel and do rows at a time. I don't do individual X's.
So, we stitch essentially the same. So I come in from the bottom left, and we'll leave out the top right, but then we'll pop my needle in the hole right below it, and I will do an entire line that way. So top right, the one below it. And when doing, so I'm not doing off any pattern, this is just to show. But I will go as far in a row as can. And then you just go back doing the same thing essentially for sewing method. So, and then that'll make your X's.
So do you go right to left or left to right? I'm so intrigued by this, Patience. So you go right to bottom left. So it's the same direction, but it's a different angle. See, I will do that if I'm skipping spaces. I will sometimes go in the top right and down to the bottom left.
And then when starting a new row, you can just do the same thing.
Left. So you go upper left to right bottom, and then right top. So you go.
So she's doing top left.
Guys, this might be too much for my head to take today.
So you go top left.
I mean, the important thing is, as long as your X's are all the same, it doesn't matter how you do it. Like, that's the thing. Like, you just want them all to be going the same direction. And this is how I was taught, which means that's how Brandon learned.
So I'm not sure starting in the top, I can't do sewing method that way.
I'm completely off a hole. I'm gonna give up.
At least not going the one way. Coming back I can sew, but no, because I completely messed that up. I can't even do it even thinking about it.
Start under the fabric.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on, what?
You have to go right to left on a chart?
No, you don't.
No, I mean, technically you can do whatever you want, but...
What do you mean you have to go right to left? Do you always start with a pin stitch? I just run my thread under.
And I don't know.
Catch the tail.
And I don't know what a pin stitch is.
Everybody's going to be like, that Jen, she doesn't know what she's doing.
Listen,
you have to go right to left on a chart. I always start in the left hand corner on a chart.
Yeah, I start in the top left, go left to right, just like I'm reading. But I'm intrigued.
Okay. In order to do like a sewing, okay. Start bottom right?
Right?
What? Oh my goodness.
What?
I can't even imagine. See, I'll do that if I'm going to stitch upside down.
I won't do that at all.
The thought of stitching upside down is not something Brandon has ever considered. So sometimes this method is fast for me, but tonight I'm just tearing out a lot. Because that's the kind of day I've had.
I feel like,
what?
and I have no basis on this, but like if you're doing more fill-in or more bulk stuff, like sewing method will typically be faster, just because you can go, but like if it's any sort of confetti work or...
Well, you can't, anytime you're skipping around, I naturally switch to like more of a punch and stab. But, sorry, I'm playing with my camera. I don't know if that worked.
I can't hold up that though. I'm starting to hurt. Sorry. I'm still refining our rigs to be able to do.
Guys, I just can't stitch today. Is apparently what is happening. Oh shit.
And she's breaking the house. And now you just got me demonetized.
I did, I'm sorry.
I had to mark that this was family friendly.
And then Jen swore.
Actually, I said this wasn't child content, so it's okay.
Oh, do you have to mark that now? Is that officially a thing? I haven't filmed a video in forever.
Officially a thing. Like within this week. For those not in the know, YouTube had to pay a 17 million, 107 million, something like that dollar fine because of COPA, the children protection internet stuff, with like ad targeting and that kind of thing. So now you have to specify if you are content for children or not. And in YouTube world, children is 13 and under.
I don't think you take the blame, Patience. I just think I have had a week. It's only Wednesday. I feel like you can see my fabric less this way than we typically can.
What do you mean see your fabric less?
I don't know. I feel like I'm holding it weird.
Well, stop holding it weird.
I'm trying not to.
Try harder. Well, it's like I read it and I was like, wait, do I mark? But like when it wants you to say that your child, like your...
But it wants to know if it's things that are made specifically for children.
Yeah.
Or if it's like just things that would be okay for a child to watch. And so like I won't mark mine child friendly or whatever because I know my target audience is not children.
Right. And you can, we're not...
If I was doing a sewing tutorial to try to get kids stitching, which, I mean, is not out of the realm of possibility, that would be one thing.
Right,
but
it's content they're looking for you to mark that is your target audience. You are wanting children 13 and under
to tune in.
To watch your content. So, like, the toy unboxing stuff and, preschool songs.
They'll block your comments?
No,
what?
if you say that you are child-focused content, that's when they take away your comments.
Jeez, I need to film a video and see what all this is about.
Yeah, it's only on if you specifically label that you are child-focused content or that's your target audience, is they turn off comments for that content. They don't.
it's my thread color or this fabric that is so hard to see on this. Like, I feel like I'm just not clear. Or is it my monitor? Like, what the hell?
Well, it seemed fine on
It's
this.
clearer on yours than it is over here, because it's not
It's probably
good
just
over here.
Honestly, it's probably...
Did she? I haven't watched it.
Given what info? I don't... About child-friendly content, or...
I'm assuming.
No, one of the YouTubers I watched, he was talking about it.
Yeah.
Because he plays Minecraft. Like, it's gamer content, and so he plays a lot of Minecraft. It's not focused on children's content, but he was concerned about when does YouTube decide what is child content and what is not, and how their algorithms are going to decide.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So I may switch projects. Just so you know.
As long as you switch to the Magical Weaver sale, since that's what I have up. The problem with this is just it's all...
Guys, we are not finding our groove tonight.
No, well, because I do like 12 stitches and I'm done with a thread because it's a tiny painting.
That's why you have to wait until you have that color in more places than one.
But, like, I mean...
You're not going to complete each painting by itself. Or I wouldn't.
I mean, I feel like that's what I have to... It would be too much jumping at that point. There's not colors close.
That's why I would do the frames first.
I mean, even they are... I mean, they're close-ish.
I would do the frames. Get all the blacks in so that then you have the outlines so you know where... Yeah, because it's... I mean, if you're a little off on the frames, it's not going to matter.
I mean, it will because I'll be off.
Well, but it won't because it's not like it's... It's not like it's this where, like, it matters.
It matters to me.
Well, it doesn't need to matter to you.
Well...
I also think we need some, like, creativity with our labeling of our naming of our this thing that we're doing.
What do you mean?
We're back for more stitching for the 4th week. We need something different.
It's been different every time.
We need a tag. We need a...
It's been different every time, and it's been clever with being...
Has it?
Because the first one was Jen and Brandon do some stitching, and then it was Jen and Brandon do even more stitching, and then now Jen and Brandon are back for more stitching, and then next time it can be Jen and Brandon are back for even more stitching.
And you are the only person that notices that that's not the same thing every time.
Well, as long as it makes me laugh, and it made you laugh.
Oh, there is not enough wine downstairs for tonight. Hi, Watson. You getting in on the action? Yes.
She's like, no. She's like, get me the heck out of here.
Jen and Brandon show. I like it.
I mean, you would. Your name's first villain.
That was exactly where I was going.
Oh, no, I am aware. We know whose show this is.
This is totally your show.
This is not my show.
I try not to take over.
I mean, your name's front and center on all of it. I was telling you, tell me the titles.
Oh, you know what just happened, though? I think I knocked my contact.
Well, that was smart.
Oh. Are you done?
I'm thinking.
He's sitting not stitching. I'm just trying to get through this thread. I'm telling you, he's next
I'm
week.
on strike.
He's gonna figure out how to get me on my sofa because I won't be much.
Because then we won't have to be in the same room and I don't have to deal with it.
That's the real motive. He's just gonna stitch by himself.
Hey.
What's she doing?
What are you looking there for? That's electronics. I don't want you looking at that. Go away.
No electrocution, please. Please. Like, my concern with stitching on the couch, other than not knowing how it would happen, is that if the thing is rigged up this way, then you would see my patterns. But, like, I could do this one because it's a free pattern, and I can just tell them where to get it.
That is a true statement.
What?
All those things you said were true.
Yeah.
Mm.
I would be less grumpy on the couch. Just saying. And I'd be able to see, because half the things I can't stitch because I can't see them.
You could just
And
start
I don't
playing.
even have a light here.
You could just start playing Star Wars instead.
You can play Star Wars. You can switch over and do that tonight instead.
Well, you can play too. It's free to play.
I don't do video games.
It's just like WoW, but Star Wars.
I think we tried that. Didn't I try that back in the day?
No, you vehemently refused.
I did not. I made a person.
You were like, no, I hate Star Wars and everything you love.
He
and
lies.
Can't own a musical instrument because it makes you happy.
Okay, I did say he couldn't get a trumpet for Christmas this year. But that is only because we live in my parents' basement.
I argued what better time was there to have a trumpet.
We have been married for 9 years. And he has never expressed interest in wanting to have a trumpet until the year that we live in my parents'
And now I never will again, because...
It just... I just cannot see how practicing would work here. That is my hesitation with a trumpet
you
for
play
Christmas
it. What do you
year.
mean?
Although I have to say, it was pretty funny when you and my dad were going back and forth, and you just told him to take out his hearing aids.
We'll see why he's fine.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Instead, I'll just get nothing.
I did tell work friends that story, though.
You're going to have a sad Christmas this year.
I know. Well, I mean, we're not exchanging gifts, so...
I mean, you're not getting a new bed this year.
Well, that was kind of... We've also been married for 9 years and been talking about getting a bigger bed for about 9 of those.
And you'll talk about it for 9 more now.
Apparently.
This year for Christmas, we're giving to charity.
That's fine.
And when I say, remember, she just agreed to it without hearing what I said we were giving away.
He's selling my cross stitch, guys.
I said we were giving away your cross stitch, so
Mm-hmm.
let you guys know which Goodwills we donate to. Y'all can look out for
it. You've got a trumpet supporter, Brandon.
What?
It's not that I don't want him to have a trumpet.
I only played it
at
for
all.
7 years when I was in school.
I would love for him to get back into the trumpet.
That's not what she said at all.
It just came as a completely...
It's an expensive item.
Like, as we were sitting talking about it, I mean, he goes, I think I might have decided what I want for Christmas.
Because you would ask me about it.
It was the absolute last thing I ever would have guessed he would have said. And, you know, you give that reaction then, because I kind of thought he was joking. And it's, as I'm responding, I'm realizing he was serious. And, yeah. Oh, that's so cute. I love that. I love kids.
Kids exist on this planet.
I got to play with kids today at work. It was fun.
Alright.
The one wanted me to pick him up, and I was like, I'm not allowed to. I'm sorry. I mean, I might be allowed to. I'm not sure what is expected. I'm not supposed to bond with the children. Well, Brandon played. I mean, he was in marching band. And I'm sure he plays very nicely and very well.
The world will never know.
It's just, you know, you learn something new about people every day. Sometimes Brandon surprises me.
Sorry, my trumpet isn't hipster music for you.
Shut up. I'm okay with it not being hipster music.
Apparently not.
I am. I'm done with this project, though. I can't do it. Watson is also slowly moving closer to us because she has now brought a toy into the room.
And when
Or no.
she says into the room, she means outside in the hallway.
Closer than... Okay. Well, didn't get very far on that tonight. I know, Watson. Didn't get very far on that. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I bumped my camera. It's a very large piece of fabric. Okay, going to figure out something else. Right? Is that what we're doing this?
We can be done.
That wine is gone already.
Just need to finish this row.
No, it's fine. I'll get a different thing.
That's fine. It's been a long day. It's not like I'm happy with this. Alright, good night.
Good night. Don't let my grumpiness spread to you. It was nice chatting. Go pick me out a project. Huh?
Our one talker left.
How do you know?
Because she just told us goodbye.
Oh, well, not the only one.
What?
We have to figure out a system to do this that works. And maybe it means we figure... Oh, no. Oh, good. I think Watson might get on camera. Halloween, I know. This is Watson, or the top of her head.
Can you look up here? Can you look up?
Hey, cute pup. Look at the camera. She's upside down. Because you're upside down.
I know, because it's upside down so people can...
Hi, Watson. She's like, I'm terrified by this.
Hey. Watson. Look at the camera. Be photogenic. As you vehemently refuse. But if I had a treat up here, you would.
I'll go get one. She may try to jump and follow me. Oh, stay there, pup.
Yeah, you're not... May does this all the time and likes it. We'll see if we get her in here next. Where'd she go? Just...
I knew that was going to happen.
They're the little guitars.
It's a little guitar. Look, this is my puppy. This is my puppy. Yeah?
She antagonizes. So yeah, I'm gonna let you go away now because those stink. They're...
Hi.
That was alligator and cod, by the way, that she just ate.
Is it?
Yeah, and they stink
That's
of
it.
fish.
I don't want any more of it. Now my fingers smell.
Yeah. But it's wheat, soy, corn, and grain-free.
Only the best for our puppy.
May, your turn. Where you at?
Anyway, we are neither of us chose well tonight.
No.
And
then she dashed my dreams of being a musician, so
I did, but
depressed.
that didn't happen tonight. That happened a while ago. Our goal is to figure out how we can film in our living room with webcams when our computers are in the other room. Do you know how we can do that?
I mean, yes.
How?
I mean, you own a laptop.
Well, we only have one laptop.
Okay.
We can use my laptop to do it?
Oh, yeah. You just have to put in the streaming key into OBS and just... It's the same setup. Well, I mean, how many USB ports do you have? You need at least 3.
I think I have 2.
We just need a hub.
We're going to figure out a system. It's going to work, and we're going to practice with it before we actually do it. I think tonight we tried to get it set up so we can be closer to, and it threw me.
Yeah, because I'm all configured too.
And I didn't get home till like 5:45, and I had to make dinner, and it was just...
No, it's a continual work in progress to make this.
And we appreciate
work.
you guys coming in and chatting, and
We do.
and bearing with us as we figure out what we want this to be. Kind of like a GoPro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That might be something that would work. My concern is because, like, when I stitch sitting on the sofa, I sit with my legs up. Like, I sit long ways on a sofa. And then I have, like, a table,
It's a lap table.
like a lap table thing. And I have my pattern sitting right there, too. So if you're looking at my stitching, I feel like you're going to be able to see my pattern. And I don't know how to make that be okay.
So it's a combination of us figuring out how, A, not to show her pattern, and B, so you don't necessarily see us.
Yeah,
I don't.
that too.
I don't necessarily want people staring at my stomach because that's kind of where my stitching sits. Face cam is fine. I mean, I stream on Twitch. That's okay, but
Yeah, no, I film. That's fine. It's and I know some people do it like over their shoulder, so you do see some of them.
Oh yeah, and that's kind of what I feel like I would try to transform these rigs into, would be, because it could go like...
Maybe it'll just be my incentive to lose weight. Have to be thinner to stream on YouTube, apparently. You're a happy pup.
She's like, I had alligator and cod. She got a musical instrument. See what happiness getting a musical instrument brings? Well, just never know.
Anyway, I think we're out for tonight.
Yeah. Do something and then it's Masked Singer tonight, so.
That is our one show that we watch. So.
Ooh, did Mandalorian come out today? Okay.
Okay, guys.
Star Wars trumps all.
We will announce when we'll be back again.
Yeah,
Next week's Thanksgiving, so that's definitely out. And
yeah. So sometime after Thanksgiving, possibly. I mean,
we may have to tweak it to not be a night, like a weeknight.
Maybe not a weeknight, and with December comes a whole other slew of things, so it may not be as frequent until maybe probably the new year.
Yeah.
But we will definitely continue to do these at some point, and we'll eventually get on some sort of schedule, but it's just kind of logistics at this point.
Yep.
But thanks for coming out. We'll
Yes,
see y'all later.
thank you.